Okay, here we go. Good evening and welcome to Blue Dream Love and Wellness. Tonight, I have the honor to share with you eye health. I know that we talk about eye health all the time. We look into our eyes all the time. And do you ever really stop to consider what all it really takes for your eyes to function? Have you ever just stopped and thought about it? I mean, really, do we ever, or we just say, hey, man, we know our eyes are doing good. We can see fine. I don't need to worry about it, right? Well, we have to remember, I am always concerned with my eyes. I was smothered when I was a little kid at 2, and so I was almost blind. So I fight with my eyes and have glasses since then. And we have to remember that energy medicine in itself recognizes the real energy within your eyes as a vital living force of tissue itself that determines much about our health that happens within our lives. Our eyes, have been told that they're the energy to the soul. Have you ever heard that? Or the windows to the soul? How many times have you heard that? So, have you all heard of iridology? Okay, beautiful. I don't have my little wheel down here. I used to do that, but with my eyes getting worse, it's even harder to see. But iridology is a really is a fascinating deal if you've ever had it done. It's amazing. And I'll show you some things as we go through some eyeballs here. But you can see right in the eyes, in the sclera itself. Have you ever noticed red lines coming up to your areas of your eyes, where it comes up to the color part, where it comes up to the cornea and the retina? Have you ever noticed just your eyes being red and irritated, allergens? There's so much our eyes talk to us about. But one thing we need to consider when we're working with our eyes always is what you're going to hear from me all the time. It all starts with your diet, the nutrients in your body. Yes, omega-3s, lutein. The eye doctor will actually have you take herbs with lutein in it. Zinc, vitamin C works for some people, not for everybody. If you take too much, you're going to have a reaction from it. Vitamin E is said to help age-related vision problems like macular degeneration, and we're going to see what that actually looks like, and cataracts. So we all know how to eat correctly, right? We all know green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, collards, all this good stuff, right? We know that. We know that a well-balanced diet keeps our weight down too. And I know that it's more expensive to eat a well-balanced diet than not, but your body will appreciate it even more. And it lowers the odds of obesity and type 2, leading to the most blindness in the world is from diabetes. Now, one of the things that when I did research, they keep talking about smoking. We're going to hear about that all the time. If you smoke, it makes you more likely to have cataract damage. And people don't realize that it damages that optic nerve in the very back, which we're going to talk about. And of course, the macular degeneration, plus other medical problems. There's so many imbalances within our eyes, little alone within our bodies. So if you're trying to kick the habit, it's hard to do on your own. Keep trying, keep striving, but why don't we go in and remove the reason you really need to have that cigarette in your hands, replace it with a worry stone, and see if we can get you to stop smoking. Now, I'm sure if everybody goes to the ophthalmologist like they do, they're going to hear, hey, you need to have shades. Okay, there's so many shades out there. What's proper, what's improper? Are you going to find a pair of shades that is 99 to 100% UVA and UVB unless you buy them through the eye doctor? Who knows? I've never really done a lot of research, but I know that their polarized lenses and stuff that they have do reduce the glare. So I know y'all know all this, but I still have to put it here for you to read. We know to use safety eyewear due to your jobs and all that. You can also have, if you notice mine turn blue on you, they have a reflective glare because of the trouble with my eyes. And on your computer screens, you can actually utilize, it's down on the bottom tray, where you can actually bring on a yellow hue that comes across for your eyes not to be so strained. Because if you're like me, I'm on here 10 to 12 hours a day. Your eyes get so exhausted. Does everybody agree with that? Just wiped, blurry vision, trouble focusing, you have dry eyes, you have headaches. But you know, if you're going to wear glasses and you're going to wear protective lens, make sure that they're up to date and they're good for what you're looking at this computer screen. It does a lot of damage. If you are working on this computer screen, please, please, please get away from it every hour for at least 5 minutes. Go stand over at the window, go look up at that blue sky and give your eyes some peace. If you don't, you're going to end up with your eyes in a lot of pain and in a lot of inflammation. Try to avoid the glare that comes through your windows. And I know that's easier said than done, because when you have rain all the time, that hot, moist coming through those windows is really good on your bones. So talk with your doctor, talk with your ophthalmologist. Remember, it is always most important for them to decide everything for you. If you're going to sit and do this like I do, make sure you're sitting in a comfortable, supportive chair, position to where you're not too high, you're not too low. And if your eyes are dry, everybody's eyes get dry. We get allergies. We stare at stuff too long. There's too much screen time. Have you ever heard of blinking 30 times really fast and it will moisten your eyes itself? Try to do that. Blink. It drives me crazy, but just try to blink for 30 seconds. I have an aunt that totally blinks all the time and it drives me crazy. So see if what that feels like. To me, it kind of drives me batty. What does it feel like to y'all? Does that feel good on your eyes? Does it feel moister? You have to do it several times a day, but I'm going to teach you some other techniques that are going to work much better. So remember, rest your eyes, take care of your eyes, use anti-glare, do all that good stuff. So here we go. Do I have everybody's permission to go into their energy? Everybody, yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me check through. Everybody, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I'm going to connect. We are going to work with the emotional energy within the eye first. Okay. We're just going to say a little prayer and I'm going to connect to y'all's energy. Now, if you ever wonder what I'm doing here with my hands, this is a figure 8 and it's going to you and coming to me, and it is connecting our energy. Somebody else just connected and I can feel the vibrations of your body. I love it. Everybody is so beautiful. Ah, beautiful. We are connected. Okay. When the right eye and the left eye, as you're going to find out, has its own emotional issues, but this is the eyes working together as a whole. And you're not going to believe what comes out of this. It is amazing. So there are many possibilities for emotional energy to be locked up in those beautiful blue, green, brown, whatever color eyes you have. Okay. Remember, they're the souls. But if they're not functioning properly, have you ever stopped and thought what you are not liking, what you see in your environment? Now, your environment can be your home environment. It can be your work environment. It can be your relationships. It can be the energy of the world coming at you. It can be anything. So I want you to bring that up to your forefront, because remember, these emotional energies are as little as a tiny raisin and as big as a watermelon. So I want you to focus your energy on what you are not, like what you're seeing in your environment. Just hum into yourself, drop those shoulders, and just let your peace come. Let's pull it out of there. Beautiful. It's going right to the brain. And it's going to the pituitary gland. Now, you know that the pituitary gland secretes that lovely homeostasis, lovely balance within our body. So, is that happy? Is that happy? And it controls so many beautiful things. Temperature, vision problems. Okay, we have no will energies. Now we can have no will energies at any time, but remember, it's a negative vibrational frequency that is coming out of those eyes. So it's all wrapped within. So there's 6 of them. No will to obey, no will to be powerful, no will to be protected, no will to improve, no will to be with others, and no will to be well. Does that sit with anybody? Can anybody resonate with that? Okay. Everybody, if you take a breath, let's remove that. Take another breath. Okay, there's more behind us. Wrapped inside of those beautiful, beautiful walls. Okay. Wrapped around the beautiful walls, we have walls of adrenaline, cortisol, and noradrenaline wrapped around our eyes. That means our eyes are locked in fight, flight, freeze. And I'm sure you've heard that expression before, especially if you've been around me. And your adrenal glands are fighting. And the thing is at that, when, even though your adrenal glands are in there humming, your eyes are literally vibrating because there's so much excess stress hormones. So everybody, we're going to remove it from the pituitary. So I need us to follow me. Breathe in, make sure that belly is out. And when you breathe out, make that sound. We're going to remove it from the pituitary itself. When you work with me, you'll understand that different tonage that we utilize when we breathe out will actually vibrate within the area that we're removing it from. So it's just not a, which will move energy, but different tones will move it from different areas. So let me make sure that all cleared. And then we're still not done here. External heats. Large intestine meridian. Now, the large intestine meridian is actually active first thing in the morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Now, when I do my daily energy routine, I start with that activation, because if we activate it at the time of the day, I mean, we can run them all, our meridians, all at one time, or you can activate them individually. It's easier just to activate them all at one time, but it's really easy. You just go from your fingertip and go up, go across your shoulder, come up, and to your midline. That's all you have to do. Now, if it's not functioning properly, you go backwards and you bring it in 3 times. But just these little bitty tips will help you activate and learn how to run the energies that are connected to the eyes. So let's see why. Okay, eye swelling, edema. And enriched flowers. Now we have to remember that some of us can be allergic to enriched flowers. And when we have inflammation in our body, our eyes are one of the first places that swelling's going to go. And it can feel foggy. It can feel like you've got grains of sand within your eye. Okay, everybody take another deep breath. Is everybody okay? If you have any questions, don't hesitate ever, ever, ever to reach out. Okay, that one is actually balanced. So the next one is being suspicious of people and events. Have you ever went somewhere and felt suspicious of somebody? And it kind of gave you the heebie-jeebies. And it made you be more on your toes and looking around? Yeah? Okay, so let's see what your eyes saw. Punish me. So this is a broadcast message, so it's written across your chest. You're out here, raw, reading it out to people. It's flashing on your forehead. Let's get rid of that. Everybody take a deep breath and blow that out of there. And that's all it's going to give me for that. Well, that's nice. So have you ever, with your eyes, have you ever saw obstacles or limitations that is not allowing you to get on the other side of where you want to go? Have you ever felt that way? Okay. Let's see. And it's back to the brain. Okay, our central nerves, our cranial nerves, and it's always going to go, and guess where it went? It always goes to the same place, cranial nerve 10. That is the longest nerve within our body. It goes from our brain down into our abdomen, and then it splays out. So remember what we can do besides. Let me see if there's anything hanging it on. It is small intestine. Remember, we can get to our small intestine by just curving our fingers and just going right under and massaging underneath. You can also run the meridian of it. So it's actually the last part of the small intestine. Remember, there's 3 parts, and everything ties in with the eyes. So this is the ileum. Oh, okay. The insulin that gets made, the hormone, is not happy. Now, when we have emotional energy, you all know you can have it yourself. You can absorb it from other people. You can inherit it from other people, and you can share them with other people. And this is actually a shared one of worthlessness. We shared it with our fathers. There's no hook, there's no cord, there's no generator. So we're just going to let that go. Everybody take a deep breath and just let that out of there. Does that feel okay? Okay. Have you ever looked through your eyes and you see that things just are not going where you want it to do? And you want things to be different, but you can't see a pathway out and something's blocking your eyes and you can't see? Okay. Yeah. Offensive energies, little bitty entities. Because we are feeling stuck in life. There's just 60 of them present. There's nothing hiding. There's no camouflage. We're just going to scoot these off to the divine. Everybody take a breath, take a drink. Let's get them out of there. I'm just actually going to use a magnet just to reinforce. Our hands are magnets, but at times we need a little bit more energy. Okay. Now there's still an energy locked in there. No will to be protected. Do you feel at times that when you want things to be different, you don't cross that threshold because you feel fear of moving beyond that threshold? Has that ever came up for you? Okay. If you want to shout it out, go right ahead. It's coming up to GMO food toxins. The fascia within our eyes. We have fascia everywhere in our bodies, and it's a very thin coating. Now, we all know what heart wall emotions are, right? Okay, this is another shared one. Actually shared with another father of shock. So we're going to remove this from you and actually remove it from their father. Everybody take a breath, please. Okay. With us, as every year gets older, we kind of get fixated on that number that's over the rainbow that we really don't need to worry about, because we need to worry about today. We really don't need to be worried about today. We just need to live in today. But many people, I find, are fixated on getting older and getting to where they just can't move. But remember, this must be the prime of our life. Why not own that? Because it's beautiful. We've went down our road. We've done what we've had to do. We've learned major lessons, major hurdles. So why fixate on something we can't change? Why not enhance it, embrace it, and just know how beautiful we are? So fixated on aging, and it's a compound emotion, and it's actually absorbed with your dad. Terror, unsupported, and wishy-washy, because not the spirit to step out of our comfort zone. Does that sound like some of us don't want to step out of our comfort zone at times? It's not a lot of fun to step out of our comfort zones, but once you do it, and you do it enough times and enough, it's kind of beautiful. It's kind of hard, but it's beautiful. Okay. Everybody take a breath again. I know there's something else in there that just doesn't want me to have it. There we go. Thank you. No will to feel feelings. And it's actually corded to worthlessness. We are never worthless. So let's remove that worthlessness. And let's just pull all that right out of there. Everybody take a deep breath and just enhance and love yourself today, because you are beautiful. And many times in life, we get stuck along the road and we see life from a negative point of view. We can't get past it. We get stuck within that energy. We keep spinning our wheel and our wheels aren't going anywhere. So if you can relate to that, think of that incident. Thank you. Okay, nothing turns out right. People want to hurt me. Something is wrong with me, and the universe hates me. We're releasing, clear, clear, clear. Everybody take a breath. There's something behind that. Unadulterated terror. There's actually a vibrational energy it's hooked to. It's hooked to resentment. So we're going to pull that hook right out of that liver. We're going to smash it, and it's just not going to be. Everybody take a deep breath and beautiful. Okay, there it went. Okay. Only seeing things from one direction or one perspective. Do we ever get stuck in our own business and not be able to see? Do you think we do? Do you think we get stuck and just don't see? Do you think we do? It's hard to see past, isn't it, at times? So what energy is vibrating within there? It's something you're repeating to yourself. It's a post-hypnotic suggestion of something is wrong with me. And terror and fear of not wanting to step out. So when we actually step outside and look in, and I know that's hard to do, we can see a different perspective, but we have to remember to be vulnerable and see our own self stepping out and looking in. It is hard to judge oneself, but are we really judging, or are we facing what we need to see and work on? Just things for you to think about. Are we fearful of the future? Nope, that doesn't even have an energy. Okay. Oh, calm. Oh, yay, here we go. Okay. The right eye and the left eye both have energies within themselves. So the right eye states that it's blocking the flow of abundance and prosperity. Nobody has that energy. Experiencing challenges within our relationships, yes. Some more offensive energies due to physical discomfort within the relationship. There's 10 present. And we are just going to have the divine come down. Everybody take a breath. Okay. Now, the next thing is not seeing how you can change the situation. There is energy there. Have you ever just stopped and thought, what do I really want at this time in my life for me to succeed at next? We never stop succeeding. Don't allow yourself to think that you cannot, because we can. We have more offensive energies. These are actually demons. There's actually 6 present. I'm just moving the energy. That's all you see. Everybody take a breath. Beautiful. And that allowed it to pass. Those little boogers. Now, we have all experienced in our lives trauma of one sort or another. And when we hold on to that pain from the past, we actually project it into the future. And it's hard not to. I understand that. But when we project it, we're still letting it control us. So we need to work on that inner child. We need to work on those limiting beliefs. We need to pull some of that energy out. So when you think of the past, you can actually think of something positive from the past and replace your negative with a positive. Now, I know I'm making it sound easy. It is not. It is hard to do that, but it's so worth it for you, because holding on to that past hurts you so vividly. And I'll leave it there. I experienced this before, so it's just better. So it's going to our stomach, and anytime, so the enteric system is happy. Anytime we're dealing with the stomach, we're dealing with the nervous system. But actually, all our hormones are actually happy. There's no emotions. But what are we going to go to? We're going to go to the nervous system. And it's going to go back to the cranial nerves. And it's going to go back to cranial nerve 10. So you've used that have not been on here with me before and not learned about techniques. Here's a technique for us. When we get in fight, flight, freeze, when we are living in our past, when we are not living our life to the full, we go from our frontal lobe back here to our primitive lobe, and we're only getting certain actions and reactions within our body. We are not functioning at homeostasis within our body, and our energies are not spinning in the right direction. They're not flowing in the right direction, and our energy is stuck. So one of the things we can do to help calm the vagus nerve down, and we need to do it many, many times a day, and we actually need to work on it, is you want to rub your hands and get that energy going really fast, because our hands are magnet. You want to shake it off. The reason you shake it off and it flies off the end of your fingers is that stagnant energy. And then you want to place it right back in the hollows of your ears and just rest your elbows down. And you can breathe in, you can hum when you breathe out, but you want to do it 3 or 4 times. Sometimes, Lord, sometimes I do it every hour just to get my vagus nerve. I can feel it literally vibrating in my neck, and it will literally hurt. So once you learn to control your energies, you will learn when to pop onto this vagus nerve. And remember, when you calm one nerve down or one area down with an acupressure or a technique, it sends ripples across your body. And that brings in nothing but good health. Okay. So practice that, get used to it, breathe in it, and let your body just relax and come from that primitive up back to that frontal lobe where you can think properly again. Now, many times we make excuses and find reasons why things just won't work. We don't want to look out and look back. We don't, and we're not used to feeling success at times in our lives. And so we make excuses. We can't make excuses anymore. We need to live our life to the fullest because we're only given one. And too many times people get to my age and older and say, Lord, I have so many regrets. Please don't live with regrets. No will to receive abundance. And there are walls and walls and walls. There are 60,000 walls actually vibrating around our body. And we have a vow of posterity, of not receiving posterity in our life. So we're going to remove this. And we're going to remove these walls 365/7 permanently from around our body, around our eyes, and on your ear. The reason I tell you to tap, a lot of people that aren't used to tapping, your heart goes thump, 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 right? So if we tap, and we tap hard enough, we can send these vibrations of yes, of peace, of harmony, the good things back into our heart. It will also send a ripple effect. The more beautiful things that we can do to help our body, the more better we are. That's not really good English, but I hope you understand what I mean. Okay. That's the only reason we're making excuses. Irritated with yourself and others? No. Okay, so left eye, difficulty visualizing good things in your life. You see, our eyes see so many more things because you have to remember, where is that little shutter button going behind our eyes, going to our subconscious right here. That's why they get so tired so quick. This one is not a problem. That has no energy on it. This one does. Seeing only negative or challenging parts of existence. And that is normal with COVID just being over and what our life is handling us. And if we live on and watch TV, we're going to feel that. And again, it's no will to receive abundance, but there's more to it. Everybody take a breath. Let's see what's underneath here. Yep. Okay, from when do we need to know an age? Is this everybody? Okay, it's coming up torture. It's not a miasm, but it's 10 generations ago. Sometimes the talking's so fast you can't you need to slow down because I can't catch them in. So the torture, somebody, a male, thank you, on a female, tortured, not a camp, oh, a village, 10,000 years ago, many of our ancestors, and it was utter terror. And this affected their eyes, and they were not able to see. Okay, so we're just going to remove that energy, and we're just going to give these women our love, our peace, our harmony. We're going to give them vitality. We're going to let them be enlightened. And just allow peace. We're going to ask for St. Michael and St. Raphael just to hold them. Allow them to heal. Is everybody okay? Everybody okay? Okay. Okay, there's nobody having any energy with 3. Number 4 is okay. That one kind of knocked it out of there. Are we safe to go on? Can everybody take a drink for me, please? Take a breath. Good. There we go. Let me just get the energy flowing. Okay. It's not safe to work anymore on the left eye. So this is something I'm just putting out there. Are there things, and I want you to really think about this, are there things you are seeing that you don't want to see? Close your eyes for just a second for me. For example, are you seeing someone close to you suffering or unhappy? Do you keep trying to make them happy and then feel hopeless and defeated because they won't change their energy no matter how many times you speak to them? Does that feel true for anybody? If anybody wants to share, please do. Don't hesitate to unmute and just speak right out if you feel that energy. Has anybody ever felt that energy?
Yeah, my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and it's been hard to pull my dad out of the grief.
I am sure it has been. And there's not a lot we can say but support and give love.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, for many of us, one of our mother or fathers have passed away, and the other one is struggling. And it is very hard, and it pulls on our heartstrings, bring the daughters or sons of these people and not being able to encompass them like we would like to. But all we can really do is show them that love and let them know that they are loved. So again, whoops, it skipped on me, didn't it? Okay. If you feel like this, let's work on that energy. Okay. Let's not let that energy go because it can hurt you. But if you desire your vision to change, to improve, you need to shift your focus from what you don't want to see to what you makes you feel happy, what brings you beauty to your life. It can be anything in the world. What is one thing that you can think of right now that brings beauty to your eyes? Can you encompass that? Can you feel that? Does that give you warmth? Does that give you love? And give you peace? Try to encapsulate on that as many times as you can. We live in a forest up here, so we have the peace of being able to walk in nature, breathe it in, sit underneath the stars, feel the breeze on your face, listening to all the birds, listening to the rustling of the trees, seeing all kinds of animals. And when we get to feel this or spend time by the ocean and listen to the water, the seagulls, it lapping, there's so much beauty and harmony that we aren't even seeing that we need to see. So if you have people that inspire you, that give you love, that give you that ooh-rah feeling, see them, speak to them, feel that love, or create. You can create anything from A to Z. Have you ever tried anything? I don't care what it is, painting, drawing, writing, journaling, whatever, creating pictures, photos, a vision board. Let your soul just out and sing and do your eyes a fantastic gesture and let it see some beauty. I mean, it's all around us if we just take a second to look, but many times we're clouded and we don't get to see that. So like in front of me right now, I have my little poncho shell that if I just need to click the energy of my brain, see, it gave me a little vibration there, it'll spark it. So all we have to do is find something that's right in front of us and it'll bless us. Okay. Now, another thing to do, if you do what I do and you have to sit, I don't have to, I choose to, it's my honor to sit in front of the computer, go outside into the light, literally close your eyes, put your hands over and let that sun reverberate through your hands. I don't want you to stare at the sun because it'll burn your retina. You don't want to do that. But you can feel that healing energy in your hands. Remember, hands are your reflexology, guys, and I'm going to teach you how to use that. You want to regenerate your eyes. You want to learn to work with them. You want them to stay with you as long as they can. And it only takes 2 to 3 minutes here and there through the day. And what a benefit it will cause, that ripple effect across your eyes. So again, we talked about the 30 seconds and I'll probably talk about it a couple more, because if you're like me, I have dry eyes and I have to blink, blink, blink. Even though it drives me crazy to blink like that, if I don't, my eyes are like wildfire. So do what you have to do. They also make preservative free, and I do mean preservative free. Don't use any other kind of drops that aren't preservative free, and put them in your eyes when you're working with the computer. Don't let your eyes get dry. Make sure you're cleaning off the top, the bottom, and we'll get into that more also. So one of the things that we get lapsy daisy about with our eyes, and tell me if you don't do it too. If you're on the computer, you're just looking down here, right? If you're reading a book, you're just looking here. If you're on your, your iPad over here, or your bloody phone, or whatever it may be, your eyes are just fixated on that. Well, aren't your eyes a muscle? Have you ever stopped to think about that? And if we don't do flexibility for our eyeballs don't function very properly. So I'm going to teach you a new way. And if you can't get this one to download, or you can't take a photo of this and get it to download, shoot me a text and I'll send you mine. Mine is actually a color one and I couldn't get a color one. Okay, we'll see in a minute. Okay. So this is one of the prayers that I wrote out that I talk all the time to divine healing intelligence. We all have it. Use it. Make up any prayer, anything you want. If you need help, come to me. I have thousands of them. Do yourself a favor and bless your body. So you're probably going to think I'm out there, but that's all right. We can talk to our divine healing intelligence and actually ask it to release. When we have trouble with our eyes, we have anger, suspicion, distrust, frustration from your past. It's blocking you to see your future. Ask that your energies will dissolve all the stress, all the irritation, all the negative hardness, fear, and any obstacles that are projected problems within your eyes, as well as any points of view, any negative patterns, and allow the positive come in. But sometimes positive energies cannot be good for our eyes too. So pull out those positive negative charges that are not healthy to your eyes. So you want those conditions to be cleared. We can also ask that divine healing intelligence to install feelings and experiences of clarity, of trust, of patience, relaxation, people. Let your body relax. Softness, flexibility, and peace to your eyes. Allow this energy to please heal and regenerate my eyes and all related organs to their maximum strength, vitality, and flexibility. Do you realize how many organs and glands are associated with your beautiful, loving eyes? You're going to be surprised. Allow yourself, again, to not hold on to negative emotions. It hurts you. It doesn't hurt them. I have lived in the past for a long, many time and know how much pain it causes from a dysfunctional family. Do not do that to yourself. If you're struggling with that, I'll sit down and rap with you, but don't let yourself be in any more pain. Allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to confide and release that negative energy, because you want that positive energy to flow into your life at all times. You want to love yourself unconditionally, and most people do not. Okay, now this is a busy photo. This is the out. Can you all see that okay? Can you see it okay? Okay. This is taking the eye and slicing that sucker in half. So we are going to work with the physical imbalances of your eyes and see if anybody is vibrating too hard in one of these areas. Now, there's a lot of energy going to be thrown at you tonight. And because my eyes are so bad and I don't want anybody to go through, I'm going to throw stuff at you. If you've got questions, don't hesitate to come back at me with them. Don't hesitate to stop, unmute. Hey, I don't understand. That's what I'm here for. I don't want you to walk away feeling overwhelmed and just totally out in left field because I just blew your head off. Okay. So let's go into this here. Are you ready? Everybody take a breath. Get excited about your eyes. Okay, there's not a charge on the lateral, on the sclera, but there is on the choroid. Yep, that's what I thought. Mercury can be present in so many areas of our lives. It comes from several different things. We can get it from our dental algamines. We can get it from fish and seafood. We can get it from pollution. We can get it from medical toxins. Unfortunately, it can cause damage, and they'll tell you, no, 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 no. So is this a physical, emotional, mental? So this is a spiritual. Age 17. It's an environmental, a fumigants. Okay, we're going to take that out of the choroid. Everybody take a deep breath. Whoa, wait a minute. And there's terror wrapped up in there. when you do get metal within your body, you can do a natural thing and just eat cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can contact me and we can come up with a program for you on the AO scanner to detox that from you. But you have to go slow because it can make you sick when you detox from mercury. Okay. Anybody got questions there? Okay. The retina has negative energy charge to it. No will to be protected. And of course, that would be on the retina. And there's nothing else underneath that. Everybody take a breath. Now, the fovea and the fovea, some people say these are the same things, and I couldn't find anything that had the fovea. I do have several problems with my eyes, and we're going to talk about floaters. But at times, have you ever blinked your eyes and come up and you feel like there's a layer of tissue coming up with you? Have you ever felt that on your eyes? Like it's got a skin, it's got a covering? If and when that does happen, that just means your fovea has gotten loose. Just go like this and put that energy right back in and blink your 30 times and let it go in. Now your fovea is what centers that. And it's a prion toxicity. And what is it from? Now prions are pathogenic particles that contain like misformed, misguided, what you want to call proteins that are not stacked together properly within our body. So they don't replicate, but they can trigger other proteins to cause a problem. And some of the problems, and it's actually popping this, is dementia. Now, if we have relatives with dementia, or if we're not keeping our cognitive brain in alignment and not making sure the right and left are not talking to each other and the syncope is not working, and we get forgetful, we need to work on our cognitive behavior. This is popping for a prion that causes dementia. The universe hates me. So somebody in our past, yes, mother's side, fathers, 10 years. Was actually blind. And also has dementia. Sound like my mom there. Nope. Okay. There's another energy within there. Everybody take a breath, please. When it vibrates that loud. Okay, is this in the eyes? Okay. Have y'all ever heard of biofilm? Within our body, there's fascia, there's muscles, there's fibers. Biofilm on the inside of it, as it locks into your body, actually carries little microorganisms. When that biofilm is ripped, we get infections. So that's what's happened here. It's a viral, and it's no will to feel feelings. Everybody breathe that out of there. That shouldn't even be a part of that. Okay, let's balance. The optic nerve is not happy. I am unworthy. The central rectal artery and vein are happy. The optic disc is happy. The medial rectus is happy. The vitreous chamber is happy, which is really good. The sclera is happy. Ligaments are happy. Lens, cornea, iris, pupil, posterior, anterior, and all the ciliary muscles are, that's awesome. That's not always normal. Okay. When I do eyes, I just don't play it a little bit. I give it to you all. These are the muscles. If you're not working on the eyes and not working on it as a whole, you're not doing your eyes good. I mean, you're going to do it some good. I don't want to give you negative feedback here. But when you work with the eyes, when you work with any imbalance in the body, you need to look at it all the way around. So let's see if any of these muscles, everybody take a breath. Superior oblique is happy. The common, this is not. Now your eyes might get tired tonight. They might be tired now. And what this common tendinous ring is telling me is I am afraid. This is a wounded child. Age 4. Wish they were dead. Effort unreceived. Heartache. All I can hear is crying. Let's just remove this. This is a bigger one. Let's just get this out of here. Everybody take a breath. Blow it out through your teeth. Okay. She wants some love and care. So I just want you to go into this little child. Everybody just focus on this little child. It's not going to tell us who it is. It's going to tell us this little child. And let's just smother this little child with love and peace and harmony, that this child is loved. They are divinely here. We want you to be here. We love you. Just give it hugs. Remember, when we work on your little inner child, make sure, like, for instance, I have a picture of my little girl over here, and I've actually named her what I used to be called by the only one person that ever loved me. And I talk to her, because if we do not talk to that wounded little child and let them know they're safe, they're still going to be fighting. We can give love to the past, but let's not focus there and stay there. Does that sound good? Okay. Okay, the inferior rectus is happy, inferior block. Okay. Okay, front of it. No will to be well. And this is also a wounded child, age 3, sacrificing needs for abusers. And there's nothing but terror within here. Everybody take a deep breath and again, hold that child. Give them love. Because within a community, we can, where there's 2 or more, any prayers, any love given will go right to that person. It goes from my heart straight up to the divine. That's just, there's still something in there. Everybody take another breath, please. Okay. We all know that we have a magnetic field that we can tap into ourselves, but that the earth also has a magnetic field, right? Okay. So within this magnetic field, it can be completely distorted due to EMF, radiation, radon, numerous things. But at times, it can get deficient to where it's not functioning properly. And this is actually causing inflammation within this muscle of our eye. So despair anchor, excuse me. I am weak and pathetic. Feeling unsupported in life, not recognized for anything put forth, not feeling loved, not having any hope in life, low self-esteem, feeling helpless, feeling like a failure, feeling grief, and wanting to die. Okay. Let's put all this out of here. Let's just get it out. Everybody breathe it in, blow it out. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Is everybody okay? Everybody's energy okay? Okay. Okay, now this balances the muscles in the eye. Now, this is what most people and doctors don't talk to you about. Have you ever heard of the rods and cones in your eyes? Okay, we have the back of the eye over here. The cone and the rods are what make us see in the direction of life coming in. So let's check our cones, our ganglion cells. The only thing that's not happy is the rods in our eyes, and this gives us our shapes and forms. No will to support others. And there's actually, again, a wounded child, age 3. Re-victimization from someone else in the family. Let's just pull this out and give peace and harmony. Everybody take a breath, please. Okay. Now, when we work with the eyes, I also make sure we work with the outside of the eyes. And these are more that we can work with because there's so many sets of muscles within the head and within the eye. But we'd be here for 3 hours, not 2. So let's just make sure everything on the outside of the eye is happy. No. Okay. So the eyelid itself. Okay. Somebody got bebopped in the face. Yep. The ethmoid bone right here. And that's going to affect your face. Yep. Somebody did get bebopped. Phil, no, got popped. Actually got popped in the face. No will to be protected. Resentment and hatred. Let's get that out of there. We don't need that in our eyes. Everybody take a breath and let's get that out of there. Everybody okay? Okay. Now I'm going to teach you some techniques. I know there's a lot here, but I wouldn't be doing my, I wouldn't be doing my diligence if I did not show you. Can everybody see this okay? Okay, because I can't see if you can see it. Okay. With Eden Energy Medicine and through the classes I've been taking for years with Donna Eden, there are so many beautiful things that we can do by the utilization of our little fingers to move the energy within our body. So one of the things that she does, and I'll take off my glasses here and I don't see well without my glasses. The first thing I want you to do is just, again, rub your hands, shake that energy off. Now come up here to the very top and feel the orbit around that eyeball. Is that orbit? I mean, push. You will feel indentions and we'll talk about those. Does that orbit hurt at all anywhere on your face? All the way around. Does it hurt? It has a little bit of pain, doesn't it? What I'm going to teach you, and you can do this many times a day. They're called they're tiny little spindle touches. Remember, we don't want to do damage to the eyes, which can happen so quickly. So what these are called, you use your index finger and your forethumb, and you just barely pull And I mean, pinch lightly. If you've ever had cataracts, you don't want that energy. What this does, because in our eyes and all the stuff that we see gets a stagnant energy. Oh, I love doing this to my eyes. Oh. And this will actually kick the eyes into rebalancing, because this type of pinching actually sends a signal right to that brain that the pain that you're having in your eyes are no longer necessary. It's kind of like hitting a reset button, but you don't get a reset button. So it stimulates that nervous system. And then with your thumb and forefinger, again, you just pinch. Another thing you can do is take your glasses and run them under cold water, because remember, our glasses carry the energies that we see through, right? Get that energy off there. You can also, on these little spindle spots, and I'm going to teach you some other spots, you can buzz them. And that's where you take the middle finger and you literally just buzz, and it will vibrate around that orbit. Now we're going to talk about what the little indentions are there for. My eye sockets are always sore than you know what. So that always feels good. Okay, that is one technique. And you can do that many times a day, excuse me, and increase the energy of your eye. The next thing we can do, and I apologize, my pictures didn't come out as well as I would like them to. This is called palming your eyes. And again, get the energy going in your hands, shake that business off. Now, what I want you to do, pinkies across the third eye, these three fingers on your neurovascular points, and your thumbs on your temples, and just cup. And I just want you to breathe. This is very relaxing for your eyes. Once you've warmed up that energy, remember when we do Reiki, we rub our hands, we use signals and colors and Chinese medicine and send that Reiki into your eyes. But that feels, to me, I have to do this before I get out of bed in the morning. It just, and make sure you shake that stuff off. Now you can also place your thumbs, and you don't want long fingernails. Might as well leave this off. Okay, remember, I told you on your eye sockets, you're going to have on your orbit right here at the very bottom. Do you feel that notch right in the center underneath? This is, if you looked at an actual eye, you would see that the stomach meridian actually starts in the eyeball. So this is your triple warmer. So what you can do is, and it's very awkward, I do different things, but you can take your thumbs, and then I know we spoke about neurovascular, but you can balance out your stomach meridian and your neurovascular points by just holding it like this. Now remember, your stomach meridian comes through your eyes. So between 7 and 9, that meridian, so you take it from here, you go down to your jowls, you take it down, you take it to your nipples, you take it out around your belly, you come down into the middle of your legs, and you go down and you take it off your big toe. Now, if you want to do it backwards, you do it backwards. If you want to learn more about running your energies, just get a hold of me with the meridians and we'll talk about that. But this is another way that you can actually run the points for those eyes. It's just another ways to ease them. I don't know if that helped to clear yours or not. Okay, now this is a weird thing, and I want you to be careful with this. When I first started doing this, it made me so freaking nauseated. Whew. They want you to tap your eyelids to create a wave of reverberation that goes all the way to the backside of the head and upward through the brain, so it connects that energy pattern of the optic nerve and releasing the eye strain. So this is what you do. And again, I knock that energy off. I place my middle finger on here. I tap with my middle and index, and I just roll. I don't literally push hard. I mean, you can hear me tapping, but I do not push hard enough to damage my eye, because if you're tapping too hard, when you open your eyes, it will be blurry. But feel that, do that, see how that feels to you. I know it looks funky, but let me tell you, your eyes will appreciate it. So that helps with eye fatigue. And you can do it either way. You can do it this way too, or you can do it this way. But like I said, anybody that's had cataract surgery, if you want to skip this, please do, because it does feel funny. That releases the muscles that support the eyes by pulling on the ends of, and you can also, I know I talk to you all the time about pulling your ears, but it really works good. Okay. Figure eight. Has anybody ever worked with figure eight energy? Dave has. Okay. Figure eights. When Donna talked about figure eights, she talked about how we're woven with everything. And when our bodies are not functioning to full capacity, that weave will unravel. So I do figure eights, Lord, all the time. But one of the things we can do to balance our eyes, you can do it with both hands and really get the energy going. It doesn't matter which way your figure eight is going, but it actually coordinates the eyes to communicate to the brain. And sometimes our eyes are off, and that's not well allowing the communication. So you can do it like that. You can do it like this. But remember, there's other places on our face that can also get it. So your third eye, your mouth has chakras. Get in there with that while you're doing your eyes. Your jaw has chakras. Your eyebrow has chakras. And do it all the way around. It makes my whole head tingle when I do it. I'm a little blonde anyway, but and then remember, why you're figure eight in here, why not figure eight your thyroid, your larynx, your parathyroid? And right here are the chambers for all 7 of your chakras. So we can just do figure eights, or you can do one big one and actually work the chambers. Remember, those layers are 7 deep. So you can do that. You can do figure eights over any part of your body where you need to change the energy, especially if there's pain. So when you support and communicate with your body, with your energies, and communicate back to it, I know that it's not going to happen immediately, but that you can tell, but your body will be able to tell. So you want to keep sending it those positive frequencies. Just add 1 a week. I know I'm always throwing them at you. Add 1 a week, add 2 a week. Just do something till you can feel those energies. Now, remember that flushing the meridians and working with the neurovasculars and the neurolymphatics also affect everything. Tonight, we're not going to talk about that, but remember, these main neurovasculars, where you can put your hands here, and you can go through. These are also the wood, metal, earth, and the different energies that are actually working with your emotional energy too. And we can do that. We can do the hookup, where we go in the belly button and up here on the third eye and hook up and allow our energies to intertwine. You should do that before you even get out of bed. Okay. If you want to learn how to do meridians, please reach out. Now, this one is a little odd. This is a 3-point technique. And remember, our liver, our kidneys, and our stomach meridians all finagle in with our eyes and create that nurture and flexibility. So doing the 3-point techniques, where you just do this, if I can, let me take these off. Here, the sides of your eyes is also a meridian. Right here, the KU points, we'll talk about those. But at the ends of your eyebrows are a meridian point. The middle of your eyebrows And then you go like this. And if you've got fingernails, believe me, you will have your finger cut or your face cut. I have indentions in my face all the time. But this will activate another energy center for your eyes. And you can just make sure you hold it, you do deep breaths with it. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. They don't need to realize, hey man, she's holding her neurovascular. It's all good. Start thinking about little things to balance it, because once we hold those points, remember your liver, kidney, and your triple warmer will all balance also. Does that make sense? Anybody got questions? I know I'm throwing it at you a lot. What are our time? Okay. Now this is the one that I said that had a red dot in the middle of mine, and it would not come up for me. This is called a Tibetan eye chart, and I want you to utilize this daily. If this one will not come off for you, if you cannot take a picture of it, let me know and I'll send you the one that I have. Doing these exercises for your eyes will improve your vision. So the first thing that you want to do, and I'm not going to read, I'm just going to tell you about it. The middle is usually red. So you want to go from the middle and you want to start down and then come up. You want to go to the dots all the way up and come to the middle each time. And then you want to go backwards. You want to stand up to it, and then you want to step back 3 to 4 feet. And you can step back further depending on your eyesight. If you wear glasses, do it with and without. And then you go in and you do the little spokes that are poking out, just the straight ones. Because we get our eyes stagnant. We don't move them around. We don't exercise them. I'm always, and when you first start exercising your eyes, make sure you've got a chair to hang on to. It can make you dizzy. And then go out to the bigger wheel and go all the way around and all the way back. And just keep practicing daily. You will be amazed at how different your eyes feel. Did I tell you everything? Yes. Okay. Anybody got questions about this baby? Okay. This is the one where the UB, the YUB meridian point for yang energy. When we also hold the 2 spots on the bottom of our feet where we're in between the middle and right down from our little toe where the yin and yang come in, we can actually hold these 2 points up here, and they're both for blindness, color blindness, myopia. There's just many aspects, redness of the eyes. But right here at the inside corner, and then you come right up to where your eyebrows come into your nose, and you just hold it. I mean, I actually, during the day, I will wiggle my fingers underneath my glasses and just hold it. Mine are very sore. And remember, right through here are glands, the lacrimal glands, and then also our eye glands, our eye ducts are right there. And if you can get in there and make sure you lubricate them well, you won't have as many problems with your eyes, because it actually calms it down. And believe it or not, when you do this stuff, it can stop your hiccups. But I believe in doing water backwards. But anyway, I just put that in there just because it's in there. Has anybody ever heard of the crown pull? Okay, this is a great exercise. And I mean, really, again, rub your hands, shake that business off, get in there and pull right at the middle. You want to do it all the way up. And when you get to the back of your orbit where your C1 attaches, just kind of push and pull the energy, shake it off, pull and push, shake it off. And then when you come to your shoulders and you're hanging on, you can do the cross crawl from here to where you're pulling energy and making sure your energies are crossing, or you can pull it here and pull it to your heart chakra and give your eyes some love from your heart chakra. I also, when I do this, I actually come to the sides and do it on the sides, and make sure you're sitting down, because this one can make you dizzy. if your energies are stagnant within. You can also pull on your hair and you can massage in there to feel where the stagnant energy is that will help your eyes. Now, I just threw the meridian chart in there because it's important for the eyes too. And if you want to learn this, it is really easy to learn. So if you would, depending on the time you get up in the morning, I mean, I could whip through this and show you this like in a minute. It's just really fast. So if I were to get up in the morning, I'll just whip through it and show you how quick it can be. I would start with the stomach meridian and going out. I would come up with the spleen energy. I would take out the heart energy. I would run my small intestine. I would run my bladder energy. I would run my kidney energy, my triple warmer, my large intestine, my gallbladder. And then you come back up, you do your liver, you do your lungs, and you do stomach again and go right back out. Now, if you want to knock somebody's energy off, you go up and trace a meridian backwards on them and vessel test them, and they won't be able to hold their energy. But see how fast that takes? It doesn't take that long to learn how to do this and balance your meridians. And if you notice, it makes me a little short of breath because I love to do it. And when I do it, I can feel my energy moving. So if your meridians are running properly, your chakras are spinning correctly, and you know techniques to run your energy body, and you eat properly, you exercise, the amazing things your body will show you will be amazing. Now, if you've ever done any of Donna Eden's energy stuff, she does a daily energy routine. There are 8 little quick techniques that you can do that you can also add to your meridians that make a big difference. We're not going to go into those tonight. Now, I'm going to show you these 3 points on here. I am not going to whip out my feet. My feet are really sore and they're in shoes. These 3 points, I'm going to show you 3 different places, and make sure you watch this again on YouTube. Take pictures of this, whatever you have to do. These are, remember, we work with the liver, the stomach, and the kidneys. So it's sedating points. If your body is having too much energy in this area, you would hold this point and this point on your toe at the same time. Now, if you need me to walk you through this a little bit more, I will. I'm just throwing it out there at you. Strengthening. That means, is your stomach tired? Is your meridian always out? Are you always having trouble with your stomach? Besides running your neurovasculars, running your meridians, running your solar or your sacral plexus, and you're still having problems, we need to strengthen those points. Those are the points you hold. You can hold them, you can tap them, you can do figure 8s over them, you can put the south side of a magnet on there. If the south side doesn't work, flip it to the north and put 2 souths on the opposite side and use an ace wrap and put them on there. Don't leave them on there longer than 12 hours. If you're pregnant, don't use them at all. If you have anything with your heart going on, please check with me first. If you have a pacemaker, don't use them at all. Don't use them around your phones. Now, control points is just on your foot. It's gallbladder and stomach. Again, we will talk more about these points, but I want you to be able to refer to them when we're talking about the next techniques. So the kidney point, kidney 36. This is, they put a kidney 1 here. This is where the yang energy flows in to your foot. Over here on the tiny space between that toe is where the yin comes out, yin and yang. And that's where you want to hold to get yourself more grounded. This is the liver point. So these are the sedating points for the kidney, the strengthening points, and mine are really sore. So I have to be really careful with some of these points. Be careful with yours. They will bruise if they're way out of a line. Be gentle with yourself. Again, figure 8, you can go counterclockwise. There's so many things. And then the control points. So when you hold these points, make sure you're not holding your breath because it hurts. Make sure you're, even if you got to do it fast, get that energy out there and get yourself relaxing, for you can move that stagnant energy. If you notice, in between each one of your bones, your metatarsal bones, are called gates. These gates can carry stagnant energy and cause your feet, your legs, your ankles to have pain. So what you would do, and you don't want to do it on dry skin, you want to take lotion and massage out and bring it off in between your toe and throw that energy away. You want to do it to each gate, and believe me, it hurts. So breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, energy, or use an essential oil like thieves, lavender, valor, copaiba. Give yourself some strength in there. These are the strengthening points. And again, these are the control points. And then on the liver, and everybody needs help on the liver. We can hold these points. We can cross our fingers like this, hold it over our liver and rock it and give our liver energy that way. There's so many things we can actually do, but I don't want to give you too much. And I'm sure I already have. So these are points that we can hold that you utilize. So is this too much? It's a lot. I know. I want you to know what you're doing. Oh, now it's not going to go forward for me. Come on, baby. Okay. These are little techniques for things that goes on in your eyes. I wanted you to be well educated, because knowledge is your power. Do you ever get blinded by lights in your eyes? Do you ever notice that? By sudden brightness? Do you ever notice that? The test would be to look at the bright light. You can put your hand over your here. You can touch your liver down here and test. And then you can stabilize your liver meridian, and it will take that away. Simple as that. Eye strain, as I talked about, this is how they look at your eye for macular, one of the ways. So with eye strain, do you see all the redness? This is all the pain in the eyes. These are just some of the arteries, and this is the chloride. This is the macular back here. So you can actually lay your finger or an eye on a closed eye, and again, test this way. If you don't know how to test this way, you can also do the sway test, and you can hold your hand on your eye, hold your other hand on your solar plexus, tuck that arm in, get yourself centered, and ask. And if it goes forward, you know that's answered yes. If it goes back, it's not. So you want to put your index finger over your eye when it's closed and do that tapping that I showed you, fingers up and down. That's how you make that happy for eye strain. But do you understand? Does anybody have a question about how you muscle test that? So you would say your name, and of course it would go forward. Then you would test, tuck your arm in, and it will go forward if it's eye strain. You can do that with any of these. So eye allergies, red and puffy, we can get this numerous times a year. Again, test with your one hand. Place that hand over the triple warmer, okay, the neurovascular point. Do you remember? Okay. And that has the probability of strengthening that point, but you want to actually sedate it. So you want to go in and actually massage on those points and then tap into that liver. You can even come back and do these, the 4 tappings that I showed you. You can also do the hairline, but this is some main ones. Dry eyes. We have all experienced dry eyes from one time or another. You want to test that stomach meridian right here. So our dry eyes can be from medications, winters, heating, air conditioning, menopause. There's so many. One thing you can do, and I want you to do this very sparingly if you do try this, is you can get a warm wash rag, and you can put just a little bit, just a couple drops on both sides, and rub it together and actually allow that flaxseed to lay on your eyes and just breathe it in. I don't want you to rub it in there because that could clog a gland. But it will aid moisture, and you can then sedate and strengthen the liver and the stomach meridians. That's why I showed you those. Dark circles, we all have them. We're all tired and working hard people. But remember, there's a reason we have them also. One of the things you can tell from the eyes is if your kidneys are strong. So when we work with the energy of that dark eye, it's the liver, stomach, and the kidney meridians. And you can run those, you can dump them and run the energy back in. You can also buzz your adrenal glands. Now, we all know the adrenal glands sit up on top of the kidneys, but one way you can buzz them, you go 1 inch up from your belly button and come 1 inch out and push in. Mine are always swollen. I use ylang ylang essential oil 3 times a day, and I buzz mine all the time. So then we can strengthen. Ah, that feels good. Strengthen and sedate our kidney meridian. And the kidney meridian starts down at the big toe. It goes around our ankle. It comes halfway up our calf, and we go up and down. We come up to our pelvis bone. We cross like this, and we end up right here on our stomach meridian. We can also end up here on our vagus. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Night vision. Now, this is really weird how they do this, but they actually energy test while you are looking at a lighted object in a room. So they actually test with your arm, the old way of muscle tested, and that's a groovy way to test. But then, oh, I put China. Then you want to, turn the light out immediately and energy test kinesiology at the object, even in a dark room while you're staring at it. If it is weak, without turning your head, follow a candle flame. My eyes cannot do this. I cannot drive at night. I'm blind as a bat at night. Cannot do this. I have tried this many times. Don't you be holding the candle and trying this. Let somebody else do it. But you want to hold it and you want to follow it and put it back further in the room and sway it all over it. Don't move your head, but let your eyes follow it. I can't do it. But if it works for you, groovy, I thought I'd give it to you for a tip. Okay, diabetes. Do you see this redness coming up to the sclera in the eye? Do you see this right here in this picture? This is the diabetic ring. Do you see this around this eye and the nerve ring out here? When you have diabetes affecting your eyes, you want to test the triple warmer, the spleen, and the liver again. Do you see they keep hankering with our eyes of the 3? So you want to calm that triple warmer and strengthen that spleen again. So if you have to run your spleen meridian or just come down here and buzz it, remember it's right underneath your nipple, and buzz it and go out to your sides because there's 2 spots, then do so many times a day. Remember that spleen stores all of our red blood cells, and it's really important that it's functioning properly for our bone marrow. And remember that liver has to be spot on for our eyes to function properly. It plays a big role. Cataracts. Has anybody ever had cataracts? Have you ever had cataract surgery? It's not fun. Always check with your optometrist. But what is weird is that you get oxygen deprivation from your eyes, and it's from not wearing kumakools out in the sun. So to prevent cataracts, they preach and preach at you, wear your kumakools. I've worn glasses since I was 2. I've always had them change when I go outside. I still had cataracts. So it has to do with more than just that. So our diaphragm breath. A lot of people don't realize that your diaphragm gets stuck and you can't breathe in and bring that oxygen up. So again, you want to place your hands like this, right underneath your breastbones, your lower lungs. You want to pull in, you want to pull those elbows back. And when you take a deep breath, I want you to push out your belly, but I want you to pull in that diaphragm and then push it out as hard as you can. And want to do that several times. And whenever you think about it, but it allows, remember, all of the organs and glands that lay underneath of that diaphragm, that liver's in there, the pancreas is in there. There is just so much beauty within there. And if we stripped it all away, you would see this big, huge shell. And sometimes that shell cannot get enough air to your eyes. So utilize whatever points you need to get this across to help your eyes. Now, this one, I want to warn you to be very careful. I don't want you moving your eyes too much, even though it says to push your eyes around. Now, we can go in and move the energies of your eyes, but you would just lay your finger right at the edge of your orbit. You would push gently, push gently, push gently, and you would go around both sides of your eyes. You don't want to do it big time. You don't want to do pressure, but move them gently. Starting on the left side and just hold the point, go all the way around, and then come back, shake that energy off and do your neurovascular points, and make sure you're breathing deep. Just allow yourself to feel free with it. Okay. And this is just more information. Now, this is another way we can do it. And I don't like doing it this way because I get sick easy. And it's really awkward. So they want you to do this on both sides. So I'm going to do it on one. So you would hold this point here. This is our stomach. You'd come up here and hold these 3 points of the eye. Then you would put your hand here and you want to pull in. And it makes me nauseated. And also on this point, from this point to right here, there is a meridian line for your liver. I won't do it because I hurl when I do this, but I'll do it on this side. I can't on this side. So if I were doing it on this side and put that energy, I would rub that energy center out. And it will be sore. Now, be careful. Now, it also talks about when you do these types of things to hold your suture lines. Does anybody ever know or heard of what holding your suture lines are? No. Okay, you know that our skull is not one big piece, right? There's several. There's this part, there's these parts, there's this, and this comes up at the bottom. They are called suture lines. And energy can get stuck within those suture lines and cause you to have headaches. So here's another little tip to throw out at you. Make sure you're sitting down. I've had people pass out. Again, shake those energies, shake them off. Put your hand on your heart chakra. Put your palm of your hand right here. Start here. 3 breaths. You go all the way around, 3 breaths each. And you come back and you go, see, mine's already buzzing. And you come back around and you do 3 breaths all the way around, and then you shake that energy off. You would be surprised at how your head buzzes from balancing your suture lines. Just a tip. Okay, macular degeneration. Mine look like this bottom one down here. At times in life, we get peeved, pissed off, angry. We try to separate things that are going on. And our eyes, because they are the window of the soul, is the first one what's going to go pop, and you're going to have a black hole in your vision. That's what these are. That's what you see here on number 2. That's what these little dips are. These are from macular, and it's a black hole. And you actually have black spots in your vision. This is when they go in and start doing injections in your eyes and tell you your eyes are going to get worse. Don't believe that. I know this happens. I have tangential geostasis macular degeneration and told I was going to go blind. I was getting shots in my eyes, and they hit a nerve, and I went blind for 3 days, and I said, I'm done. You're not touching my eyes again. I went back 6 months later. How did you improve that artery? How indeed? Energy, energy, energy. When you learn techniques, you can improve anything within your life. And if I can improve this just by holding certain points on my face, on my body, why cannot we do this for every single solitary thing? Okay, sorry, I'll get off there. You want to buzz this spot, K27, our kidney point. You go from the collarbone, come down and come out just a half shekel. You can do this and buzz that energy to the right and to the left. It will also, you'll feel the movement underneath your fingers. You want to go in, and the films that I showed you before, the kidney, the spleen, and the liver, you want to go in and strengthen, hold the strengthening points. You want to use the Tibetan eye chart, do the protocols, do the cataract techniques, have the energies removed from every single aspect of your eye. And remember, there will be layers upon layers upon layers. Tonight, we remove just a little simple layer, but you're going to see results from that. So remember, energy is everything. Wherever you put that energy, that's where that's going to flow. So if you think negative all the time, it's going to come right back to you, and then it's going to go right to where you're thinking and what you're doing. Don't ever forget that. Floaters in your eyes. Do you see the floaters in her eyes? Can you literally see them? This is a diabetic eye right here. When you test the liver meridian, sedate and strengthen that liver point and the 3-point technique, you can get rid of floaters in your eye. But you want to make sure the fovea and the fovea are flowing and intact within your eye. They thought I was crazy that I made the floaters in my eyes disappear when I was getting shots. Where are they at? Well, they're gone. I dissipated them. I have other techniques that I'm using also. Ones are a little more advanced that you're not quite ready for, but you will be. There's so many things you can do. Have you ever had your eye just go twitch like crazy? And you just want to stop. Do spindle cells. Ladies and gentlemen, pinch those lovely eyeballs. Rock and buzz your orbits. Hold your YUB points. Honor your eyes. It is such a good thing. Now, I just put this in here to not only cover your backside, but to cover my backside. I am not a doctor. I do not have a PhD. I'm not an ophthalmologist, but I will tell you how it is, and I'm not going to play games with you. Remember that energy medicine is vital. It recognizes everything within your body. And when I use that AO scanner and we look into your eyes even further, you're going to be blown away by the results. Everything is a moving force within our body that determines whether our health or our happiness is going to be aligned or not. So we can use energy medicine to actually complement the Western Medicine Society. Doctors are going to tell you, no, no, no. Believe me, I've worked with enough of them. They'll tell you, no, no, no. Some of them are going to be open and honest enough, like acupressurists, acupuncturists, naturopathies, people who deal with what I do will tell you, why not do something natural for your body? There's herbs and supplements elsewise that we can take also, but we're not going to get into that. There's so many things that you can do to magically make your body feel better. Why not use that energy medicine and focus on your energy's imbalances and actually allow the physical conditions that you have to go away? Why not? I can teach it to you. I can help you learn this. Whatever your heart's desire, but look inside of that soul of yours and tell me what you want. Do you want a journey of the rest of your life to be full of peace and happiness and love coming into you and flowing, and you want your health to be flowing? Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's build a community where actually we can do this. I thank you with all my love and all my kindness. I know I threw a lot at you. It will be out on YouTube. Again, if you have questions about anything at all, don't hesitate to send a shout out and let me know. That was a lot. So does anybody have any questions? Or did I just completely overwhelm you and knock you off your feet and you're going, yeah, she did it like she should have did, and I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? Yes, no, maybe. Nobody wants to talk. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Debbie. There is a lot to this. There really is. Energy medicine is so awesome to work with. Learning how to work the emotion code and body code and all the different modalities rolled into one. You have to stop and think. I've been doing this for 14 years. For the first 10 years, I did it for free because I thought, man, people need to know about this stuff. You just need to get out there. Come on. I couldn't get anybody excited enough except myself. So if you want to learn, I'm here to teach you step by step. I'll hold your hand, whatever you need to do. If we need to throw some classes together, we can throw classes together. Whatever your heart's delight, let me know. I'm going to be checking on you tomorrow to make sure everybody's energy is flowing like it should be. No questions. Everybody feels okay. Nothing going on with your eyes. Everybody's cool. Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry. It's just, I ride. Yes, yes, yes. Let's just bow our heads for a minute. We always want to give thanks to the man upstairs because without him, we would be nothing. Heavenly Father, we just want to reach out tonight and say thank you and bless you for the information that you provided for me to give to everybody. Thank you for allowing this community to come together and be blessed by your peace, your harmony. Thank you for allowing us to learn more knowledge about our eyes. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing each smile, each set of eyes, and each soul that we touch. And we thank you for guiding us together in his holy name. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.